The Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU, has exploded in content over the past decade, thanks to its massive success and consistency in releasing numerous projects each year. While the franchise has undoubtedly had its ups and downs, the MCU's staying power is undeniable. But with the vast expansion of the universe, the question of how to watch the MCU has become more complex. The release order was never quite clear, and with the introduction of TV shows like Daredevil and The Punisher, the timeline has only become more muddled. As the MCU continues to grow, especially with the arrival of the multiverse saga, the challenge of finding a clear viewing path becomes even more relevant. With platforms like Disney Plus offering a legitimate timeline, there are several ways to explore the MCU. However, watching the series in chronological order is arguably the most rewarding experience. It offers a fresh perspective on the passage of time, character development, and the overall narrative. Let's dive into why chronological viewing is the best way to watch the entire MCU. Chronological order gives the story much more weight. One of the biggest strengths of watching the MCU in chronological order is that it allows the passage of time to feel more significant. The MCU, like other franchises such as Star Wars, benefits from the clarity that chronological order brings to its characters' arcs. Take Captain Marvel, for example. In the timeline, it is the third film, and when you revisit Carol Danvers in Avengers Endgame, her changes are far more noticeable. Her longer hair, different suit, and, most importantly, the emotional baggage between her first and last appearances make her absence on Earth far more poignant. This deeper connection builds tension and creates more understanding for why characters like Monica Rambeau feel abandoned by Carol. The timeline also deepens the emotional resonance of characters like Black Widow. Watching Black Widow directly after Captain America: Civil War offers a more complete narrative arc. The film's prequel nature works better because it reaffirms Natasha's need for family, helping audiences appreciate the sacrifices she makes later in the franchise. Additionally, the Guardians of the Galaxy films benefit from this structure. By seeing all their appearances in the right order, fans experience a much stronger emotional bond with the team, which enhances the gravity of their role in Avengers: Infinity War. The shorts and TV shows work better in chronological order. The MCU's shorts and TV shows also work better when viewed in order. Early shorts like The Consultant and Agent Carter weren't central to the main narrative but played an essential role in fleshing out smaller details, such as Peggy Carter's role in S.H.I.E.L.D. and Tony Stark's rivalry with the fake Mandarin in All Hail the King. Watching these shorts in chronological order not only enhances the larger plot, but also makes the continuity of the MCU feel more cohesive. The Netflix shows like Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and The Punisher served as street-level stories that bridge the gap between major cinematic events. While some of these characters have yet to make a full return, their influence can still be felt in the larger universe. Their storylines are crucial for understanding the time gaps between major films like Avengers, Age of Ultron, Ant-Man, and Captain America: Civil War. Watching these shows between movies helps establish that the Avengers have been operating for years, giving the eventual team-up moments a more satisfying payoff. The multiverse expands the MCU in unexpected ways. As the MCU explores the multiverse saga, it's opened the door to a host of other films and shows that may not have seemed relevant to the main MCU timeline. Spider-Man: No Way Home, Loki, What If, Deadpool, and even X-Men, specifically Logan, are now part of the expanded MCU universe. The introduction of these properties, while at times confusing, adds depth to the overall narrative. What If explores the different possibilities within the multiverse, giving fans a broader understanding of how various characters could play out differently in alternate realities. The return of characters like the Mandarin in Shang-Chi or Daredevil and Kingpin in Hawkeye and She-Hulk is a great example of how these seemingly disconnected films and shows ultimately tie back to the main MCU narrative. Watching the MCU in chronological order also helps enhance your appreciation for the interconnectedness of the multiverse. Characters who were once isolated, like Deadpool and the X-Men, now hold importance in the MCU's future, particularly as the multiverse saga progresses. Why chronological order is the best way to watch the MCU. While there's no definitive rule on how to watch the MCU, chronological order offers a much more impactful and fulfilling experience. It allows the intricate storytelling, character development, and emotional arcs to flow naturally. The passage of time is felt more deeply, and the shifts in character motivations make more sense when viewed in sequence. Disney Plus has made it easier than ever to follow the MCU in its intended timeline. Watching the films in chronological order allows viewers to see how events unfold, how characters evolve, and how all the pieces fit together. The overarching story of the MCU, from Iron Man to Avengers, Endgame, and beyond, becomes clearer, and its impact on the characters is felt more profoundly. Of course, this viewing method may require a significant time investment, but the payoff is worth it. As the MCU continues to expand, experiencing its world in chronological order allows you to see just how well it's all been planned from the start, and how every decision made by the filmmakers contributes to this epic, interconnected narrative. So, if you're looking for the most immersive way to experience the MCU, start from the beginning and watch in chronological order. You'll gain a new understanding of the characters, the events, and the massive scope of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.